Hey, good morning. Good morning. Hey, let's bring you to the front. I thought I'd go to the side, but just not happy with it over there. There's better. Hey, how is everyone doing today? I see number one pirate in the chat. How's things? All right, my laugh. How's everyone doing? Welcome to twitch.tv/Ice Cream Uploads. My name is Graham Day, and this man over here is the man that we call Bibby. As you can see on screen. Do you know, I've never ever put them in at home. I need to get those put in, so when we do this from home, I can do that rather than just saying it. I can just bring up.
Have you noticed how I've always had to set up the studio in a particular order? So I'm always on your left.
Yeah. See, I like to just kind of be on the same side anyway, just from like.
Like Ant and Dec, do you know what I mean? Yeah, they're always in the same positions all the time.
Cant and Dick. Cant and Dick. Good morning, Matthew. There he is, Robbo. Just talking about you actually. I was saying how I dropped into your stream. The reason I dropped into your stream is I was playing some PUBG console last night, and Bibby mentioned that you were live and shredding on PUBG. So when I turned PUBG off, I jumped in to say hello, and you literally joined in. You went bye. I turned on, and the end slate came up. I was like, fuck.
I was playing Halo while watching him play PUBG, and I was just like, I sent Graham a message saying he is shredding, like he is melting. Like, why the fuck didn't we have him in his? I'd happily left the team on Friday for him to come and join.
So the next time we get involved in Chicken for Charity, Robbo, you can join us. You can be part of Team Jelly /Ice Cream. Yeah. But anyway, good morning everyone. Welcome to twitch.tv/Ice Cream Uploads. My name is Graham Day. I'm looking at that camera now, and we're not on that camera. We're on this camera. My name's Graham Day. This is Bibby, obviously. Do you know, I'll show you again. Ta-da! And we together are Ice Cream. In true Ice Cream fashion, this is The Scoop, the UK's #1 video... The UK's #1 video games podcast, even if we do say so ourselves. Welcome in. We go live each and every single weekday at 10 a.m-ish, and it's actually quite close to the ish.
I think this is the earliest we've gone live in so long. Probably since March when we was back in here last time.
So yeah, 10 a.m-ish each and every single weekday on twitch.tv/Ice Cream Uploads. We go live with The Scoop. So make sure if you're in the chat, just like Robbo's done, just like Pirate's done, and Tito, and Aya, announce party and hour. Okay, they're announced. You are welcome. Although I'd like to announce Tea Party. That's his name, Thomas Party.
Tea Party. Yeah, he was a beast last year, Michael, for me.
He's been like a beast for like the last 2 years or so. Anyway, distracted. So yeah, if you're live on twitch.tv/Ice Cream Uploads, please feel free to get involved in the chat, because we turn this into a podcast, a video podcast that goes out on YouTube. So this whole video gets lifted and dropped onto YouTube, but we also have an audio podcast that goes on iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud, and Google Play. So make sure if you're in the chat to get involved, because you know everyone else listening on demand gets to listen to all of your thoughts. They don't get to have their own verbal opinions, but you guys can do that on behalf of those. We have a few stories for you today, but before we jump into the stories, let's jump into the chat. Number one, Pirates. Alright, says I'm gonna call. I'm on call to be there, but I thought I would drop in anyways. Okay. Hey. Oh, I love. Thank you for dropping in. Robbo says, "Morning, Matthew," which is what he said. He was like, "What's your name again?" I'm trying to remember, because he was even though Zensley went up, he was still talking over it. I was like, "No, got you just as you finished." And he's like, "Yeah, what's your name?" Well, let's see if I can remember. Matthew. So
it's close.
I was like. Well, I'm Graham, unless you meant Michael, because Bibby's obviously Michael. I know, it's bizarre, he's not actually called Bibby. But
I'm actually going to change my name. I'm going to be like McLovin and just have one name, I seal.
You need to like be Bibby as your first name, rather than like family name kind of thing. Not his family name either, other members of his family name. But then your surname needs to be Bibbington. Bibby Bibbington.
Or just Bibby. Double B.
Bibby.
B to the B.
Bibby back.
I'm definitely not changing it for that reason though.
Morning, gents. Feeling okay? This is actually 10ish, says Tito. I know. This is what happens when we're in the studio. We have quite a lot of things to be doing today, so we're like kind of on the money. Yesterday, the worst thing is, so many times where we've been quite late as well over the last 2 weeks, we've just about been ready to go, and either something's broken or something's just come up, or so like yesterday we were ready fairly early on, and I had to message Bibby saying, 1 minute, just restart my Streamlabs, it's been a willy, and it was just an absolute pain in the ass for about 45 minutes. Finally got it working, and it was like 11:10. But anyway, let's jump in. First story of the day. I'm trying to remember what button I press. Is it the console button?
No. Oh, if you just want the console on, yeah, or you can use Game Frame where we stay on the screen.
Let's do that. Yeah. You can tell Never mind.
Or not.
Well, just go for the console one. That's fine.
Why isn't the console one working? I've got it plugged in.
It's back to me. You're suddenly back in the room. It's fine. It's fine.
That's weird. Whatever's on that screen there, you should be able to see.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's on that screen, but if you go to console, it's not there.
Let's see. There we go. It's working now. Just decided I didn't want it to be.
What a willy.
Let's go. Oh, no, let's go. I'm thinking down there.
Left. You have to go left. The icons on the right.
Let's have a look. Oh yeah. Okay, that's good. I'll keep us at the bottom because then we can read from the top. And actually, I'll move us up there and then I'll move us when needs be.
Yeah.
Okay. So this article is written by Tom Ivan for VGC, and it says the Xbox Series X is the quietest Xbox I've ever tested. Praises the early preview. To be fair, it needs to be a little bit quieter than a Reliant Robin that's got a dodgy exhaust, and it will still be quieter than a PS4 Pro. Just a touch quieter than a Reliant Robin, and it's fine.
Well, I mean, either console sounds like a TIE fighter about to take off. So if we could get rid of that, that'll be fantastic.
So the loading times for backwards compatible games has also been tested. So let's jump in. So the first Xbox Series X press previews have been published. Let's move us down there now. Published online, and 2 critics have complimented the console for how quietly it runs. So the Xbox Series X includes a single large fan, which Microsoft has described as whisper quiet. It's a claim that has been backed up by the first Xbox Series X hardware previews, which focus on areas including backwards compatible games and loading times. Sam Matchkovich of Ars Technica says, I'll conclude this preview with the best news to come out of this venting weirdness. Series X so far is the quietest Xbox I've ever tested. Back compact software runs the Series X to a high enough level to activate the fans and unleash noticeable heat dissipation, but I can barely hear it, even while spending hours in current-gen open-world romps like Destiny 2 and Red Dead Redemption. Ryan McCaffrey of IGN concurs. This thing is quiet. It's almost inaudible when it's idle, and in Red Dead Redemption 2, for instance, it's still pretty quiet, much more so than the Xbox One X, which gets noticeably louder under full GPU load. However, both critics note that performance could change when it comes to testing next-gen games that push the hardware more. Multiple publications, including The Verge and GameSpot, also compared Xbox Series X and Xbox One loading times using backwards compatible games. While Series X load times were better across the board, they varied depending on who was testing them, as noted by Ampere analyst Piers Harding-Rolls. So there is an embedded tweet there within the article by Piers Harding-Rolls that says, these load time improvements of Xbox Series X are very welcome if they turn out to be accurate, especially for a long-suffering Destiny 2 player. So his first article is sourced from his first image is sourced from the Verge, which has some comparison times for loading times between games on the Series X versus the previous One X. So COD Warzone, for example, loads in 16 seconds on the Series X, but it takes 21 seconds on the One X. Red Dead Redemption takes 52 seconds on the Series X, whereas it takes 1 minute and 35 seconds previously on the One X. The Outer Worlds is a big jump, 6 seconds on the Series X, but 27 seconds on the One X. Sea of Thieves only takes 20 seconds to load on this Xbox Series X, but it takes 1 minute and 21 seconds on the One X, which is a huge jump. As is Warframe, 25 seconds versus previously 1 minute and 31 seconds. Destiny 2, as mentioned previously in the article, 43 seconds versus 1 minute and 52. But then, jumping down to his second tweet, he says, talking of accuracy, here is GameSpot's effort on load times. Pretty different timings to The Verge. As such, take everything with a pinch of salt. Basically, it will of course be better, but these numbers are all a bit meaningless until you experience it for yourself. Red Dead Redemption 2, for them, took 38 seconds to load, whereas when they loaded it on the Xbox One X, it took 2 minutes and 8 seconds. So that's 1.5 minutes faster. That's ridiculous. Control takes 10 seconds, whereas it takes 58 on their Xbox One X. The Outer Worlds takes 11 seconds, whereas it took 43 seconds on their One X. And the only other one is Final Fantasy 15, 13 seconds versus 1 minute 11 seconds. One thing I did say to Bibi before we jumped on air is that the console that the Verge are using needs to be taken out into a field and put down, because that is ridiculous.
Yeah, there's a massive gap there, isn't there, somewhere?
You look at, I mean, they've clearly got a better Xbox Series X, but their One X is terrible, because the Verge loaded Red Dead Redemption in 1 minute and 35 seconds on the One X, whereas theirs takes 2 minutes and 8 seconds. But then the Verge could load it on the Series X in 52, whereas theirs takes 38. So big gaps.
See, with the speeds being increased, I wouldn't say tenfold, but in most cases it's probably going to be more than that. But we'll just use it as a generic blanket statement, tenfold. It's weird how long you actually sit there waiting for your screens to load. Like, it doesn't feel like a minute and a half in some cases, but now it's going to be 6 or 7 seconds. That is mental.
Do you know what? Let's put it in Graham's terms.
Okay.
We'll be able to get into the lobby on PUBG without hearing footsteps and like wind sounds for about 30 seconds before you get into it, or get into the lobby before everyone's in the plane. Yeah, that'd be amazing.
That would be fantastic. But yeah, it's if you want, if there's one thing that was probably, I mean, coming from someone who's only played Destiny on my PC, I didn't really play it on any of my any of my home consoles. It's not really been that much of a problem. It has been for particular games, like PUBG, for instance. That's probably the one where I think this is taking forever to load. It wouldn't have been the top of my list, faster level times and stuff like that, because I don't particularly think I don't sit there and think, fucking hell, this is taking a long time. But with a new SSD in there and a much faster SSD, obviously it comes with the experience. You know what I mean? You can't just put a new SSD in and then choose the time it takes. It all depends on how it's made. So that would have been top of the list. Again, that is just one of them things because I never really thought about it. But it's a nice thing to have.
Some games I do think like PUBG comes to mind when I think of games that could benefit from faster loading times. But it's not necessarily a game that I think of when I'm playing it. Oh my god, these fucking loading screens. Sometimes, occasionally, can do, and that's part of the reason why I didn't use the hot drop for so long because of loading times. But that's not just so much the loading times of loading screens, it's the matchmaking session. So you have to find a lobby that's got 100 players in, then you've got a minute countdown, and then you've got to get across the map in the plane, and then you've got to drop from the plane and land into the building, and then find a gun and instantly die because you hot dropped and you just got the bad draw. You then go back out and you know you've got another 5 minutes again. And maybe a minute, maybe a minute and a half, possibly 2 minutes of that is loading screens, loading back to the lobby, and then loading into the game. But I don't think like that's mega. But it's only games like GTA's and Red Dead, which is on this, 2 minutes and 8 seconds of load time. That's a long time to just be sat there.
Tito's just put GTA 5 loading screens. Do you know what? Yeah, that is probably the biggest and longest loading time. Yeah. Remember when I streamed it and I was doing races and stuff like that? The amount of time it took to load into the game where you're looking at Los Santos for what feels like an eternity before you actually get into the game. And then if you die or you finish the race, you go back up into an aerial view, look down at the map again, waiting for the loading screen to come. I agree, that's... If there was any game that I played on this generation, and thank you for bringing that to my attention because I completely forgot about it, that would be the fucking one. That is such a terrible experience, which I don't understand why they haven't tested that.
Yeah.
Why Red Dead Redemption 2 when that's like...
Is it backwards compatible yet? Because I know that like they're saying they're releasing GTA 5 online.
Is it a remaster though for the PlayStation 5? Because surely out the 99% of games that they was going to make backwards compatible.
Yeah, that's the thing though. Like, the only thing I can have in mind is because they've made an announcement about GTA 5 coming to the next gen, that it's not there. Because the things that I've seen so far in this is all the games that have been tested are only back compact games.
Right. Okay.
So maybe it's that. Maybe GTA 5 is being, because of the new stuff that's coming to the next gen console, maybe GTA 5 is going to be made native as opposed to back compact. So maybe that's it. But yeah, like you said, that's the one that you test. If you're going to test Red Dead Redemption, which has long loading screens, then you'd be doing GTA 5 because that has the same sort of thing. But yeah, that's it. I mean, so games like PUBG, sometimes you can occasionally think, oh, come on. But yeah, it's games like GTA's and the Red Deads that you just like... And to some extent, I'd assume, and this is only an assumption based off of past playing Destiny, I played a little bit of Destiny, and I'd be just, like, you'd go into the spaceship, and you'd just see, like, this world, and you just sat there going, just let me on, just fucking land on the thing. I've seen it, I know what it looks like. So I assume Destiny 2 would be the same, but having never played it, I don't know.
I mean, this is a weird list to be able to include, like... The Outer Worlds, obviously that's, from what I played, which was maybe 6 or 7 hours, it was a good game. But why include it now, well after the fact? Like, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, is anyone even playing that at the moment?
I'm guessing it's just a case of they've only got access to a set library of games. Because none of the games that they had access to were new games. It was only games that are available.
Saying that, I saw someone yesterday installing Cyberpunk and Ori Will of the Wisps on their new Xbox One S. It was no Series S.
How have they got Cyberpunk?
I have no idea. It was someone who'd been sent the console. I'm guessing they'd been sent it for a review as well. I really should have put the thing so I could show it you, but yeah, it was Cyberpunk that was installing it, and then Ori Will of the Wisps at the top. So I imagine the review packages have been sent out to people who are reviewing the game now, but they was installing it on the new console anyway.
I mean, Cyberpunk being sent out to people now, I suppose. I mean, when is it October or November that it comes out?
I'm sure it's November.
Because
I want to say November 17th, but...
I mean, we're effectively in October. I know we're not. It's 29th of September. So technically, we've still got days left in September. But we're effectively in October. So then maybe it sounds about right. Because if you think of a game...
6 weeks, though.
It's not too unreal. Because you think of games like... What's it called? Death Stranding went out about that time. Because it takes such a long time to finish, they want reviewers to get through to the end. Because... with big games like that, there's been things in the past where games reviewers have written their reviews despite not finishing the game and and just half-assing the end of it, which
19th,
which is dog shit. Of
November.
Yeah, that's. I mean, maybe it is a touch too long. I mean, I'm thinking in some instances, depending on when the review embargo is, if you give someone 4 weeks to finish a full game like that, right? Because that means that Mr. A and other who writes for IGN doesn't have to sit down and just smash through something like that night after night after night after night. Because if it's a 40-hour game and you can put 4 hours a day into it, it's going to take you 2 weeks. So as a journalist, you're going to have to put 10-hour days over 4 days.
Yeah. There you go.
I'm going to bring this up. Do I press 11? Or... get over there. So we're going to act like we didn't see that Cyberpunk 2077 installing. You know, whoever's put that up
knows exactly what the fuck you're doing.
It's just like that's the console humble brag. That?
Absolutely.
I don't know if you noticed, but I've got 2 of the new unreleased Xboxes playing a game that's also unreleased. I don't know if you saw what I was doing there.
But yeah, there's another picture as well of the same person that someone else has posted, but it's got Ori Will of the Wisps as well. I don't know whether or not that's part of the embargoed, getting the same treatment as Cyberpunk basically, but yeah, it's humble brag, like you say, humble brag.
You know what you're doing, you know. Wrong one. No, let's bring us back rather than just that. So jumping back into the chat, Madge, good morning, Madge. How's things, dude? It's been a while. Back at work, but saying, I'm assuming that's hello. For some reason, our Chatty, we use a program called Chatty when we're in the studio to put our chat full big screen. And for some reason, Chatty has just decided to forget that emotes exist. So,
do you know what I'm going to do? Do we want to keep this, or do we want to keep the dashboard? You know, the dashboard that we've been using like at home and that. Do you think the dashboard will be better there?
I mean, I don't know why we started. The only reason we started using Chatty is because Steve put it in, and I don't know whether it was he wanted to give us an idea of like number of blah 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 and making it full screen. But you can just pull Twitch chat out of Twitch.
Yeah, but I think the creator dashboard in Twitch is amazing. Like I use it all the time. Exactly. It's so much more informative. It doesn't show emojis for a start.
See, I mean, the good thing about that, rather than the creator dashboard, is the chat section is quite small, so it's harder for us to interact.
I can make it bigger
on that screen.
You can increase the size of the chat, I think.
Oh, can you?
Yeah, I'm sure you can.
Oh, nice. Oh, yeah, I didn't even realise. Maybe we don't need it. Maybe we just have pop out chat or something, because I mean, I suppose we could use. Do you know what? Maybe, yeah, potentially.
Discussion for off air.
So Mad says back at work, but saying. He's using our exclusive subscriber remote that Bibby will just have to know what I'm referencing. It sounds a little bit like this.
Hello!
Yeah. David says, was it The Verge that put out a video a few years back on how to build a PC that could potentially destroy most components? It sounds about right. Myself and Babe were having a conversation off air a week or two ago about when we share our thoughts and impressions, we're either extremely clued up and know exactly what we're talking about, or we no idea and we tell you we have no idea. Whereas something like The Verge, because they've got such a reputation now, they have to always know what they're talking about. So I'm going to say that, when I say they always know, they have to come across as they always know, even if they don't know. And that stuff kind of gets found out. There was something, I can't remember what it was, a week or two ago, where they were talking... Was it the hard drive? Not new hard drives, the new graphics cards and stuff. They were talking about that, and like the benchmark testing, and people were going like just ripping their evidence apart, going, no, that's bullshit, that's bullshit, that's bullshit. And it's like, if there was a potential for that being bullshit, I'd be going, look, I think that's the case, but I actually don't know.
Well, that's the thing. Obviously, when we're talking, we usually give a disclaimer if we know. It's like, feel free for anyone to let us know in the chat if we're talking shit. Because we have our own opinions on stuff, which is usually what this show is about. It's like our thoughts and impressions. Disclaimer, that's our opinions kind of thing. But if we're trying to state something as a fact, which I don't think we try to do that often, and more often than not, it's literally just an opinion on whatever it is that we're reading. But if we know that we're going to go into something that we don't particularly know about, then it's kind of up to you guys to try and sort us out, because you lot have access to Google or whatever as we're talking shit, and then you're supposed to go. Which, to be fair, a credit to you all, because you end up doing that, which puts us.
Actually, you're all talking bullshit.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
So credit to you guys for obviously keeping us in line with stuff like that, because we tend to ramble on. If you didn't already know, we're like half an hour into a show already, and we've done one news article. But that's just the way that this show rolls.
Lake, good morning, dude. Says, you guys look odd.
Oh, nice one.
Thanks, mate.
Nice one.
Now you're not at home.
Oh, okay.
And then Tito said, they've always looked odd, Kappa. We do actually look odd in this setup, because these chairs, whilst they are quite comfy to just chill in, I would say the best way to sit in this chair is like...
Yeah,
that.
Absolutely.
But
absolutely.
Nobody wants to do a podcast. There's no energy or anything like that. It's hard to sit in this chair. I've changed my position 3 times already in this chair.
Well, these cushions, it's like it needs new cushions, or they need fluffing, because I feel like I'm slouching, but I also feel like I'm sat up at the same time. But I feel myself sinking further and further back as the show goes on.
Well, I've done it a couple of times, like push the cushions up behind. Yeah. Just also, by the way, Bibby needs a fluffer. Did anyone just hear that? Bibby needs a fluffer. Do you know what a fluffer is?
Yeah, someone that like fluffs my ass. That's a fluffer, isn't it?
A fluffer is someone that, like, if you're... do you know what? Let's give you some education. This is a porn-related conversation now, so if you're not interested, just stick your fingers in here for about 10 seconds. A fluffer is someone that, say, a bloke on a film set, a porn film set, needs to keep himself in the game. A fluffer provides that service to keep him in the game.
Didn't know that. I thought again 10 seconds. Someone who will like put makeup on your ass with like you know when women put foundation on, they have like the what the fuck is it? The fluffer, the fluffer or something to like rub on your face. I mean, what is it? Go on, definition.
From Wiktionary.org, noun. Fluffer. Plural, fluffers. Someone or something that fluffs, in various senses, pornography. One who arouses... someone or something that fluffs, in various senses, and in pornography, one who arouses male pornographic actors before filming, usually through fellatio.
Wow.
So there you go. Bibby needs a fluffer. I mean, that's not coming out of the...
Is it coming out of expenses? Because I'm not paying for fuck all.
I mean, we did get a level 5 hype train the other day. So yeah. Anyway, so moving on.
Our set is usually a little bit different. We have GT Omega chairs that are over there, and we have a desk that's over here. However, social distancing and everything else that's going on, there's quite a bit of a gap between us.
Yeah. I mean, do you know what? I'm gonna rip up the room. I'm gonna show you the untidiness behind the scenes. So, so yeah, we aren't usually there. So you'll see a dirty desk because we've just kind of got it out of the way. But that desk there, see Solid Snake, Naked Snake even in the background, just up there. So over that wall is our production corner. So usually behind there as well. So what's going on? That desk is usually here. And then we're usually sat on these GT Omega chairs and stuff on that there. So yeah, it all looks kind of odd because it's not usually like this. So yeah, So we do look a bit odd, but we also look a bit odd generally, so there is that too.
It's not Viagra, says Pirate. Whoa. Tickle Streams, hey guys. Hey mate.
Hey
How's it going?
dude. Good morning, how's things?
A load of emojis that I now cannot see.
Bibby contouring his ass.
Mrs. Bibby has a great job in the morning. Babe, just fluff my ass before I go to work. For fuck's sake. You know what? We do actually need that coffee table. Next week I will bring the bigger coffee table out. Closer to you.
Didn't want a stream deck anyway. Mate.
Well, either Bibby puts makeup on his ass or needs some help in other areas. I mean, yeah, who doesn't? Either way, it's not good. Chuck it. Morning, gents. Morning, mate. How's it going? Snake always watching. Always watching.
Always watching, Wazowski. Always watching.
It's not like this emoji. Oh, that's his shit. Morning, lads. What's going on? T-Dos is breaking the fourth wall.
Just looking. It's the not like, as in like a.
Ah, okay.
Not like this.
No, I'm going to bring chat up on this PC. That'll be helpful.
Bring up the dashboard. That's what.
So am I signing as ice cream on this?
No.
No.
Just going to into stream and you can see it.
Right, I've got it on this one.
Wazowski. So yeah, for those of you that are late in, to give you a bit of a recap, Xbox Series X consoles are out in the wild now. A number of high-profile journalists. So I mean, I say high-profile. I don't necessarily mean God tier because we haven't had one, but high-profile anyway. So small publications like IGN and so on. So IGN, The Verge, GameSpot, and a few others have all had Xbox Series X consoles delivered. So they are in people's houses. People have access to the console, to the controllers. I've seen people giving their feedback on the controllers as well, saying that they are really nice. The controller has a share button, which is nice and functional, which obviously anyone that's played on a PlayStation will know that that's good to have. The controllers have a bit more weight about them. They also have learned from like scuff and those sort of like aftermarket parts, and rather than just being smooth on the back, they've got like a little bit of texturing on the back to add with the grip, which is nice. Tape the Stream Deck to your arm. Do you know what? We need one of those. Like, have you seen people have got the Pip Boys and then we need one of them, just like a full on Pip Boy sort
that
of.
That would be amazing.
I wonder how many will buy the next gen console next fall. As in not this year, as in next year. I imagine quite a few. Just having a conversation upstairs. So Mark, aka Mr. Bamba, one of the ice cream team, was talking about how he is talking about. Well, let me see. Okay, one thing that we will jump on shortly is Amazon Prime Day, which has just been announced, and he was saying he's going to buy an Oculus, the new Oculus setup. I can't remember the name of them anymore.
Quest.
Is that what it is? Yeah. Is it Quest 2? Is that what it's called?
I think so, yeah. Thanks for the follow as well, Hayes. I appreciate that. I don't think we've got the notification. Yeah, the alert box on this screen.
It's because we didn't used to have it for the scoop.
No.
Because we didn't want the audio stuff popping up. But then when we do it at home, we have it all on the scoop anyway. So yeah. So yeah. Anyway, Mark, Mr. Bamber, he's getting an Oculus, and we were talking about whether it's going to be in Prime Day, and because it's not out yet, I was saying it's probably not. It's not going to really get any discounts before Christmas. And he was saying, what about the next gen consoles? I was like, well, they're selling everywhere. They're not going to be discounted. So he's waiting until mid next year and getting it as a birthday thing rather than
I mean,
now.
Unless you absolutely don't want to miss out on opening day. I mean, new console day is always an exciting day. I'm in a position now where I can actually buy the consoles on launch day. I was able to last time for the PlayStation 4, but before that, the Xbox 360, I was still in school when that came out, so that was like my nan and my mum and that all chipping in to buy me that console. But now I'm in a position to be able to do that. It's super exciting. If I wasn't, then I probably wouldn't have expected it.
It's super
anyway.
Exciting, but just a couple of weeks ago, wasn't that asked about it? I wasn't even going to get one anyway.
No, well, now I'm on board, and now I've got one secured. I just didn't want to show face to, so like I'm not asked. I just didn't want to be bitterly disappointed on the stream, and then Samantha, God rest her, she's not dead. God bless her, sorry, has ended up getting me a console. So fucking dead right, fucking dead right.
Just looking at Quest 2, says Robert. Cheers, Robert. Quest 2. So Mark's buying a Quest 2. I would like a next gen not next gen, a VR.
I absolutely would.
Like, just even playing the simple bits like NAF VR. And this is a bit judgmental. When I say NAF, I mean like unfinished, undeveloped. I'm going back to 2015, 14, something like that. We worked at MCM. We were there with Castlevania Lord of Shadows 2. And some dude was basically touting his VR stuff that he'd made, like an indie tech developer, like an entrepreneurial bloke. And he's like, do you want to try it out? I was like, I'm on the stand, I'm doing like, I can't leave the stand. He's like, you can just try it here. I was like, what? And he gave me this headset, and he gave me a PS3 controller that had a wire going into like the headset kind of thing. I was like, as if that's going to be it. Anyway, I put this headset on, and it was, what was that? Was it Nightmare, the old TV program kind of thing, like the VR stuff? I can't remember what it was called. Anyway, it was better than that, but not as good as like a PSVR kind of thing. But it was like, wow, this is actually amazing.
Yeah.
And from then, trying out bits of PSVR at EGXs and trying out Beat Sabers and stuff at Arcade Club and Gamescoms and whatever. I'm on board for VR. I really would love VR to get to where we are on consoles. I mean, I can't see VR getting to 8K or 4K anytime soon, but if we can get 1080p resolution games, and when I say resolution, I mean like, give me a game that has PUBG's level of textures. I mean, PUBG isn't, in terms of textures, where Call of Duty is, but get me a game that's on PUBG's level in VR. Like Half-Life Alyx looks incredible.
Yeah, it does.
But very few games look like that in VR. Get me that, then I absolutely want Quest 2.
I remember watching Shroud play a modded PUBG in VR, and that looked fucking amazing. But
it's like that. It was kind of like when you play PUBG on an Xbox or a PlayStation and you land too soon.
the clay huts.
Yeah, that's what the building's kind of like.
Yeah.
I mean, kind of like that. So once if the VR game can finish rendering, then I'll play that.
But I remember we was in here because we got PlayStation VR in the studio here, and I was playing Star Wars. I think it was. Or was it? Was it Modern Warfare? I can't remember. It was one of those free ones that you can get on the PlayStation Store with VR, and it was brilliant. It was absolutely amazing. I played Gran Turismo. That was brilliant.
Was it? I want to say Arizona
Sunshine. That was so much fun. Extremely difficult, but so much fun. But the graphics, like, I played Resident Evil at Arcade Club with the headset on as well. Surprise. But graphically, it just looks super inferior. Like, fair enough, the atmosphere's still there because you've got the big headphones on, you've got the goggles on, and it looks okay. But it didn't seem as scary because it wasn't as dungeony. It was more pixelated. It looked a bit meh.
Yeah, it's like you play. It's like playing PUBG Mobile rather than playing PUBG kind of thing. PUBG Mobile, you know it's the same building, you know it's the exact same shape, you know it's the same functions and menus and stuff, but the building, rather than being this multiple textured thing, it's almost like the building's a few pieces of paper that have been stacked together because there's no depth to it. Or so I'd love to go VR, but I'm not there yet. I will wait for it. Jumping back through the chat then. Breaking fourth walls and stream decks. Pretty much. Gagad says Bibby puts makeup on his ass.
I don't. Mrs. does.
Bibby contouring his ass. Nobody expected to have these conversations today.
That's what you get married for, isn't it? So you don't have to do it yourself for the rest of your life.
Take the stream deck. I've had that bit. I will buy mine next fall because of next gen sports games. I mean, that's a good shout. It's a good shout. There is no. I mean, what I said to Mark earlier on. I mean, this is ironic coming from someone that has already secured his PS5 pre-order and did it within minutes of them going, I'm gonna get it.
So has Mark not got a console?
No, he's not bothering with it just yet.
You see, last week he fucking changed his tune. In the office last week when he was talking about the Xbox Series X, he was like bang on for it. Really want it. He was all over Amazon waiting for it to go live, and now he hasn't got one. He's basically the reverse of what I was like.
It's just I'm gonna get. Oh fuck! No, I didn't want it anyway.
And then Jack was like, yeah, I got a PlayStation 5 and an Xbox Series X coming. Fucking hell, mate.
But I was. I mean, I've secured my pre-order straight away, and I was just saying to Mark, there's not really that much need for it.
No.
I mean, there's not much coming out right now. We're gonna be playing. I mean, all the conversations have been around how many hundreds of games can you play backwards compatibly.
What are you going to be playing launch day, Graham? Oh god. To be fair though, if I'd have got mine I am getting mine launch date. If PlayStation 2 was backwards compatible, I'd just be playing PES 2 on my PlayStation 5.
But like all the conversations are all those games we can play at launch, so there's not really a need to it. So if you're going to wait till next year to play sports games, that's absolute logic there. I understand it. I mean, I still have pumped money into it. I say I have. Danielle's bought it me. Cheers, babe. For birthday and Christmas. So yeah. Madge says, turns out I had a PS5 delivered, but I turned it away as I was already sorted for a router. I'll be buying my PS5 in the new year, says Hayes. I'm definitely waiting, says Chucky. Bloody big router, says Tito. Referring to Mark as Mr. Bamba seems weird. I don't do it as like an authoritarian Mr. Bamba. Yeah. I just do it because that's Sir Marcus Bamba. That's his at name. So he's Mr. Bamba on Twitch. He's Mr. Bamba on Twitter and stuff. So yeah, that's it. The VR stuff is my next plan. We want to make a VR room in the house. Ooh, see, I'd love that. I mean, I have enough space. If I just push my chair back in my home setup, I have enough space to do most of the VR bits in there. Just get rid of the green screen, because usually my green screen is in the far corner of the room unless I'm using it naturally, then it's on the floor. But if that's out of the way, I've probably got space for VR stuff. It's just the same thing is the you probably could do VR stuff, but you'd have to like your room, like say if you're facing your PC and your door's like there kind of thing, you probably have to step away and then face that way for it to kind of...
I'd have to be out the door. Well, I was actually Samantha was speaking to me about this the other night. She was like, we put you in the wrong room. I said, why? She said, you actually could have done with having the room at the back where the spare room is, because she said the likelihood, I wanted a spare room for people to stay over, the likelihood that they actually will is next to nothing. If we
the likelihood that they're going to be allowed in the next 12 months.
But she's like, you should have just had the back room, because you could have had a telly on the wall, you could have had like a sofa bed, you could have had your PC in the corner. I'm like, for fuck's sake, I've just spent stupid amounts of money. But I said, if we get a kid, like we're just going to go and buy one and get one on very, pay it over a couple of months. Look what I've got. Just bring in a 17-year-old lad. All right, mate. All right, son. But yeah, she said, you should have said the back room. It's like, yeah, but I can't really swap the rooms around. We'd have to buy a new house, because imagine how much shit I would have in that big room at the back and then have to squeeze it into a really small room. It's just not going to happen.
Just in bed, and you're like, welcome to the scoop, my name is...
Or just turn the PlayStation 4.
We know the problem console, says Hayes. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, wait until next year. You can find out that the PS5 controllers fall to bits like happened with the PS4 ones and all of that stuff. So yeah, you miss all of that too. Ad says, I'll wait for a PS5 Slim as it's huge and looks horrid. See, I like I said, I'm on board with the looks now. Not everyone is, understandably. But yeah, it's massive. It's like having a PC tower. It's ridiculously big. Yeah. So that's the thing, is usually the Pro console is bigger. Mm-hmm. Imagine a PS5 Pro.
Oh my god. To be fair though, the depth of the PlayStation 4 to the PlayStation 5 Pro, PlayStation 4 Pro, there wasn't that much difference, was it? It was like an extra layer and a bit wider. Yeah. Like the difference between them wasn't that much.
No, not too much. Ad says, I'll wait for a grey PS5. See, that's a good shout. If you say to me, you want to buy some technology, would you like black, white or grey? I'm never choosing grey. You'd say, do you want a PlayStation, black, white or grey? I'll take the grey one, please.
Oh, absolutely.
So it's amazing how...
super throwback, that,
yeah. It's burnt into your mind. Nobody ever chooses grey anything. Like there used to be like a crappy advert like 20 years ago, and it was a guy from... like a character from a kids' TV series that kind of broke out, and I can't remember what it was called or what TV series it was from, but I remember him doing like, grey will never go out of fashion because it's never been in fashion, and I'm thinking that's me with technology. No, I'm not interested in grey. As soon as you give me a PlayStation, I'll take that on board.
Yeah, but everyone's having grey like doors and windows and stuff like that at the moment. That's like the thing. If you have like a
neutral,
yeah, like grey. Oh, is it like it's like a dark grey, isn't it? It's not just like fucking light grey. It's almost beige.
Almost like mocha-esque colour, but
beige has never been in. Never make a beige console, because no, that's never going to sell anything. It's still odd though. So I've seen someone put something about having a white console.
It's like the white if it's easier. I like the white if it's easier to see in my poorly lit rooms.
It was a strange choice. I can't remember who it was. It's probably gone up. But they said something about, I don't understand why.
Oh, there you go, Tito. Choice of white is odd, not going to fit well in the majority of living rooms.
That's it. Yeah. Very odd. Very odd choice.
I mean, there is a lot of white consoles.
Yeah, but PlayStation never released a white console straight off the bat.
No, never. They've never released anything from other than black straight off the bat. That's the bit. I think that's probably the bit that's kind of alienating a lot of people. And like even Xbox, the Series S is white, but their main console is black. But going for that mixture of black and white with a blue outlight is. But then again, Xbox have a green outlight. I think most people are more likely to have blue than neon green in their living rooms. So
like my computer room, everything in there, everything is black. I've specifically bought everything black because I had black consoles, I had a black PC tower, I had black PC monitors. Why would I then want to go and buy a white table or something like that? It just doesn't make.
Fits perfectly with me because my desk is white, my chair is black, my monitor's black. So I've got like some white accessories, some black stuff. So it just fits perfectly with me, black and white.
It's literally going to be the only, literally like the whitest thing in there, barring me, obviously, because I'm pale as fuck.
So PUBG turns into 1999 Operation Flashpoint. Pretty much. It was Nightmare with Tregard, the dungeon keeper, who gives the player the helmet. Yeah. That's the one. Yeah, Nightmare. Excuse me, I'm gonna burp. Buy them on Amazon cheap with the Amazon Day deals.
I'm guessing that has to do with a kid.
Well, yeah, baby pre-ordering a kid.
A pirate said that he's glad I have the spare room. Also, there's an option to adopt a pirate. Well, come on to Manchester, you shit house. There's well, not at the moment because you're not coming to a fucking house, but there is a bed there at some point. Whenever you're allowed back in, mate, there's a bed there for you.
Norm, the Cheese Ranger. That's it from What's Up, Doc. Yeah, it was like if you watch that specific program on like a Saturday morning or whatever it was, I can't remember. I was just a normal day. Then it'll make sense. The Twix advert, Gray. That's it. Okay, if you've seen it and you watched it back in the day, it will make sense. If not, then no, it's absolutely not. It's one of those you have to know it to know it kind of things. But yeah, I mean, the spare room. Just do what I did. Just move into the spare room now. Just get it all taken over, and then just invest in a sofa bed. We don't have one in the spare room, so we have no ability. We have an airbed, so if anyone wants to sleep over, they have to stay on the airbed in the living room kind of thing. But we're looking at getting like a nice comfy second seat for the studio room, so that if I'm streaming and Danielle wants to chill out in there while I'm playing games rather than just being in a separate room in the house. At the moment she sits on like an office chair.
Yeah.
But we want to get rid of that and just have like a nice comfy chair that also folds out into like a...
That's what Samantha was suggesting. It's like I can be on my PC in the corner playing whatever it is that I'm playing, and like now she's going to be starting Mafia either tonight or maybe tomorrow, so she could literally be, because she's just going to take my PlayStation and sit downstairs in the front room with it, which my front room is amazingly comfy anyway, so I'm assuming that she'd probably want to play it there anyway. But if she had the option to be in the same room as me whilst playing that game, she absolutely would still do that. So that is definitely something that I would have liked to have done.
She needs to be streaming that on Ice Cream Uploads, by the way.
Well, I knew you were going to be doing that.
No, she can do it. Because I can watch that.
Yeah, but Mafia is the kind of game that you want to just experience for yourself, especially for the first time if you've never played it. Luckily, I did play it back in the day. That's why I was super looking forward to playing this now. So it doesn't matter if I watch someone play it because I already know how it ends. But yeah, for someone like her who's massively into that era, noir era of things, she's like bang up. As soon as I showed the trailer, she was like, "Fucking get me that game." And luckily, Asim being the absolute fucking legend that he is, did some secret handshake and provided me the code.
Baby's back to fluffing again. On that bombshell.
Asim is not my fluffer. Just saying. I mean, he can be. It's not a problem.
I mean, all I'm going to say is, a lot of people thought that we worked with 2K and got access to PGA 2K because of the fact that we make good content, we have legitimate interests in golf, Twitch partners, front page access, and this, that, and the other. No, that's not how
secret handshakes and fluffing. Shall we do it on the scoop? Anyway, 51 minutes after reading one article.
Let's jump into the next one. Sticking with next gen consoles, we will jump on to...
Which one we're going with?
Sony.
Here we go.
That's the bad boy. Yeah. Okay, next bit of news, second story of the day, is that... I'll move us over to the other side again. Boop. Sony has started informing retailers of their PlayStation 5 launch day allocation. UK retailer Shop2 says some PS5 pre-orders won't arrive on day one.
Hands up who got the notification, because I've seen a lot of people on Twitter yesterday showing screenshots of their allocation.
I didn't even know this was a thing.
I got one from Very yesterday. No, 2 days ago. Samantha said, got your confirmation. It is going to be there on day one, and then I seen yesterday people posting all of their confirmations.
Oh, I haven't. Game better not do me dirty again, because I think it was Amazon did me dirty with something previously, and that if game. Anyway, this is written by Tom Ivan for VGC. The article goes on to say UK retailer Shop2 has begun contacting PlayStation 5 pre-order customers to tell them whether they will receive the console in time for launch. The retailer ran a system which is essentially let customers pre-order a PS5 console by registering their interest prior to pre-orders going live. Imagine a pre-order. What the fuck?
Well, that was the thing that you paid 1p for, innit?
Yeah.
Genius.
To show that you actually want it. Just putting a penny down to weed out the bots and the snipers.
Genius.
It is. Anyway, once PS5 pre-orders officially launched on September 17th, customers were given a short window to confirm if they wanted to keep their pre-order, and the retailer has now started informing customers whether it will be able to deliver their console in time for launch. We have received the allocation details from Sony, and, unfortunately, we regret to inform you that we will not be able to fulfill your pre-order on day one / release date, reads a Shop2 email sent to a VGC staff member on Monday. That would piss me off.
You missed a bit there as well. Just above the picture. Can you see the picture on yours? Scroll up. It says update, Islands GameStop chain.
I don't have the update.
Ah, okay.
Okay, that's well bizarre. Okay, give us the update.
It says, before the bit that Graham just read there about their console being in time for launch, it says, update, Islands GameStop chain has contacted me, some PlayStation 5 pre-order customers, to tell them not to expect their consoles to arrive before 2021.
I've just refreshed my article. It must have just been updated whilst
okay.
we've been on air, so yeah. Imagine that, pre-ordering the console and not getting it this year. You would be pissed. I'd be windmilling my way to Island GameStop. Like the fuck? I mean, bought every kind of windmill that you can think of. Fucking just. Anyway, original story continues. We have received the allocation details from Sony. I've read that bit actually. If you ordered a console from Shop2 and have yet to receive an update via email, it might be worth checking the status of the pre-order section of your Shop2 account, as these are also being updated. Shop2 asks customers not expecting to receive their console in time for launch to keep their pre-order with the retailer in case other customers cancel their pre-orders or Sony makes additional launch day stock available. Imagine that. Yeah, you're not going to get it, but please keep your money with us just in case. Of course they want you to keep the money with them. But anyway, I mean, there is legitimacy in what they're saying. If people do manage to secure one elsewhere and cancel it, then you'll get a higher chance of getting yours. Or if Sony goes, oh shit, actually, there's another container full of things, yeah, you can have a few more. But yeah. Also, we would like to know if you would be happy to swap your pre-order for a digital console if they become available, and as you're in the queue, you will have the priority. Its email adds. Multiple retailers sold out of the PS5 pre-orders just started January, so leave the rest of the article. We don't need to touch that stuff because it's just the reading around the story. So, Sony has started informing retailers of their PlayStation 5 launch date allocation, and for some people, it's not looking good. UK retailer Shop2 has told some people that they won't get their consoles at launch on launch day one, which is vague as feck. You aren't getting it on day one, so when am I getting it? Is anyone in chat one of those people? Did anyone in chat pre-order from Shop2? Let us know what
I
you
seen
guys...
Gary Clark did, and I'm fairly certain Aston did as well.
Yeah, I think Mr. did. I don't know if Mr. T's here. Good morning, Mr. T. If you are, did you? Because I remember you getting. Did you do game as well, or did you try game? Because he did game. Because it was.
Nico did too as well. I think a lot of people were just doubling up to cover their backs on different things.
It was Asim that inspired me. Morning, easy. Hey. It was Asim
Morning,
that
mate.
Inspired me to do the game pre-order because he was saying that the whole user side of it was down, so he had to log in as a guest, even though he has an account, and then check out that way.
Yeah.
Which I did as well.
But Sunderland Ryan texted me yesterday and said he's the first one actually that brought my attention to it because he sent me a screenshot of his pre-order being announced and being confirmed. So he's like, I need to speak to Asim because he's the one that let me know. I thank him for giving me the heads up that Shop2 had them in stock. I don't know whether or not he did ask him, but yeah, he was telling me that you told him, so it inspired him to go and be able to buy it from Asim, from Shop2 straight away. So, and I know a lot of people yesterday was getting their confirmations. I had mine 2 days ago through Very. So yeah, it's one of the, like my mate, me and Mike managed to bag both of ours from Very straight away, whereas Wayne tried it, couldn't get it. He ended up having to buy 3. He's pre-ordered from 3 different places, so he's going to cancel the 2.
No, it's
as and when
not.
he gets
It's
the
not. It's well
confirmation.
putting them on Gumtree for 700 quid. Of course he
To be
is.
fair, he was the type bastard. He never puts his hand in his pocket, but he's ended up buying 3 anyway. Just to confirm, he probably will cancel 2 of them. Now he's got confirmation that he's got 1 of the 3. But yeah, it's just one of them things. Like, you can pre-order it. You've got your confirmation email. Everything's going to be there. Actually, a week later, after you've stopped fretting about it, chances are you might not end up getting it. That's a bit of a kick in the teeth, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. Especially, imagine if you've gone through this. It's a travesty that we're in a world where you have to pre-order your console. That is undoubtedly a travesty. Not that it's a bad thing for Shop2 to offer. If Shop2 are offering an opportunity for you to put a penny down to pre-order your pre-order, that secures you access to be able to pre-order when it goes live, which means that you get the console at launch. It's shit that we have to have so many levels in it, but it's a good service to avoid the nasty scalper fuckers that exist in the world that just buy all the consoles purely to take extra money out of your pocket.
Absolutely.
So it's a shit level of jumping through hoops to get the console. But if you want the console badly enough, then it's a nice way to make sure that you're secured. So it's extra hoops, and it is a fucking frustration, but it's countering the frustration of not having it all. So it's but imagine going through that. Surely they've got to weight it towards whoever did the pre-order to then pre-order to then get their
within a time gap.
Yeah, surely they're the ones that are getting the messages first saying, yep, it's going to be with you on launch day. Imagine going through all that and then going, actually, it's not going to be with you on launch day. And you're thinking, okay, well, that's kind of vague. They've not said day 1. Maybe I'm going to assume maybe day 7, maybe day 8. And then you open up your browser and you see GameStop Island going, not this year, boys! You'd be like, the fuck? I just pre-ordered to pre-order, which I've done, and I'm now not getting it till next year. How does that...
Well, Samantha signed up to the very newsletter for the pre-orders because they made a massive thing about it, like emailing out to everyone, putting it on the home website months before, saying that when it goes live, official pre-orders, put your name on the waiting list, and then as soon as they go available, as soon as they're able to be sold on the website, we'll send an email, jobs are good and you can sign up to it. They never sent the email, so I didn't know that they'd gone live because I think it was on a Monday night, wasn't it, the PlayStation conference? But obviously because I'm up at 5 o'clock on the Tuesday to come here, I was well in bed, missed the pre-order completely until we came in. So, she missed it. The poor sod on the other end of the phone when she woke up.
Yeah, I remember you saying that morning that she was fuming. That said, there was. Did anyone go to Amazon? Amazon had a page that's saying, because everyone just naturally kept searching for PS5 in Amazon, and they had a page that's like, it's not live yet, but enter your email to be notified when it goes live. I entered my email into that, and I never received an email from Amazon for that. So
for them, it's not a massive problem, is it? Because they're still going to get money. It's not as if people need to be nudged to come and buy a PlayStation 5 or an Xbox.
It's just counterintuitive and poor customer service in that sort of sense. I mean, they're not asked. We've sold them all.
Yeah.
We literally can't sell anymore because they don't exist. When we get them, we'll sell them too. So they're not bothered. But in terms of keeping your customers happy, it's like, do you want notifications and be notified? Yeah, nice. Okay, well, tough. Sorry, we just wanted to give you a false sense of security. You sat there waiting for your email to come in, and then
you're now going to get spammed by all the shit that all these companies sign up to register your interest, then now have your email address, and we'll bombard you with other shit.
We know you wanted to buy a PS5, but how about the USB extender? The fuck? No! It's technology, and it has USB ports, so we're going to market that to you. No, go away!
Daft Jokers, thank you very much for the follow, appreciate that.
Cheers, dude. Asim says, I have indeed ordered 2. 3. 2 disc and 1 digital. Now I need to figure out what I want. All 3 and a massive payday. You might as well. Everyone else is doing it.
Didn't Chris Phelps order something similar?
Yeah.
Didn't he order through like 5 PlayStations, 2
Xboxes
bets
to make sure he's got like all of it kind of thing.
I mean, how much money has that lad got in his bank? Has he been saving up like the last 8 years?
Well, he has the world's most successful Love Island podcast.
That's very true. So if you like Love Island, go and listen to his.
Yeah, outside of the official Love Island podcast, his is the number 1 Love Island podcast. And he's like, it's bizarre because I'm interested in films, I'm interested in video games, I'm interested in sports. I've got the Contextual podcast, I've got United podcast, I've got video game, football, blah, blah, blah. And then me as a mank and my mate who's a Scouse bloke, 2 older blokes doing a podcast on Love Island taking the piss, and that's the most successful thing we've done.
Outrageous, isn't it? It's outrageous. Absolutely zero effort goes into like anything like that. The one that you despise the least or the least interest in is the one that makes you more famous, shall we
Take over
say?
the world.
Yeah.
Shine. Asim says, regarding Ryan, he did message me to say thanks, what a lad. Pirate says, I pre-ordered from John Lewis, but did Shop 2 as well, just in case. But with Shop 2, I forgot my passwords. I couldn't confirm until they had people able to reset on Monday. Received the email that not successful with Shop 2, but lucky I got the John Smith one done. The website password reset for Shop 2 didn't work. John Lewis confirmed the next day that I would get one by day one. Nice. Ad says I can't afford a PS5 until I get back to work, so it's all right. It's all right. You can join us. And
you're not missing out on anything, are you?
We can play the games for you. I mean, it's going to be the same games that you can play, just load a little bit faster. Asim says Shop 2 system worked well. Register your interest in June. Confirm when announced, and they'll let you know if you can get one day one. A bit long, but avoided the shit show that game and others had. Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, it all those extra steps feels a bit like admin. Feels a bit laborious. I'm jumping through hoops to get myself a console, but the end result is that if you go through those and you want the console that much, then you will get it. So it's shitty that we're in that world, but it's steps to counter the evils that are out there. Pirate says true, worked well, but from June I forgot my password. Unlucky! And the reset password system not working was annoying. And then not being able to contact anyone over the weekend with Shop 2, meaning I couldn't confirm on Monday. I'm sure if I was able to confirm Friday, I could have got one from them. Was that a Freudian slip that you want a pint of John Smith's after dealing with Shop 2? I can't remember what the Freudian slip
Instead of John Lewis.
Did he say John Smith's? Oh, okay. I get it. Clearly 2K pays well for Asim. Touché. But yes, I do want a pint. I always want a pint. You sending me a pint?
I could do with a pint.
Okay, we're going to move ahead because we did mention this one previously. We're sticking in the same sort of ballpark, Amazons and pre-orders and things like that. We've already mentioned that Amazon Prime Day has been confirmed. If you don't know what Amazon Prime Day is, well, let me just give you a little bit of conversation about Amazon Prime, now known as Prime Gaming. If you subscribe to Amazon Prime, you get stuff delivered free, quickly, and all the rest stuff from Amazon. This isn't a sales pitch for Amazon's Prime bit, but it is a sales pitch now. Whereas if you do have Amazon Prime, you also get Twitch Prime, aka Prime Gaming, where if you link your accounts, you get to subscribe to one channel on Twitch for free. And it's in the terms and conditions that you should use it here on Ice Cream Uploads. I don't know if you've seen that, but it's absolutely you don't. You can use it wherever you want.
But not only that, if you do use your Twitch gaming, is it called now?
Prime
Gaming. Then you are entered into winning something from us. So you will be included in our loot drop, providing that you link them all into our Twitch and join our Twitch. You'll be entered into the prize draw for this month.
Yeah. Nice.
So I did that.
You did. Okay. Standard. Anyway, the reason we're talking about Prime Gaming is because the next article is all on Prime Day. Let's move us to the other side because we're on VG247 now. This article is written by Joel Freyne, who I don't think is featured on the show, so well done, Joel. You've made it. So Prime Day should have happened, I believe, in July, but obviously pandemic, all of that shit. Prime Day was postponed. Amazon did say it would come back, and the likelihood was that it was going to happen in October. Looking at I don't know if it was a conversation I had with you or if it was a conversation I had with Danielle. I think I definitely had it with Danielle anyway. But Prime Day wouldn't really happen in November because there's Black Friday, so they're not going to have two discount periods, and then won't happen in December because of Christmas and stuff anyway. And I think there was something else in August. So the likelihood is Prime Day was going to happen in October. Anyway, Prime Day is, if you're an Amazon Prime user, you get shitloads of discounts and stuff drops in price. And usually the Jelly Media office, aka the Ice Cream Upload Studios, is absolutely bombarded with Amazon parcels featuring Philips Hue lights, fucking Stream Decks, microphones, all of the stuff just gets bought. But anyway, it has been confirmed as happening in October, and Nintendo and Sony are confirmed for taking part too. Amazon Prime Day 2020 will be coming on the 13th to the 14th of October, and two brands that have been confirmed to be included in a major way are Nintendo and Sony, bringing with them a range of deals and discounts for Amazon Prime members. This is big news for those who have plans to buy gaming tech and merchandise, as historically sales events on Amazon have usually come with bundles and significant discounts, especially in regards to console bundles. More specifically, these are some bundles and hot ticket items we've seen discounted hard in the past and will be worth keeping an eye on as we get closer to Prime Day itself, assuming you remember or are planning on grabbing a free trial for this event. Nintendo Switch with neon blue and neon red Joy-Cons comes with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. PlayStation 4 Slim 1TB console coming with The Last of Us, God of War, and Horizon Zero Dawn. Zelda Breath of the Wild for Switch. Marvel's Spider-Man for PS4. Lego Super Mario Adventures Starter Course, which features Mario, Bowser Jr. and a Goomba. If you're buying Lego Mario, you should take a quick glance at that. Never mind. That's other articles elsewhere. But the gist of it is, there is a bunch of stuff coming. I mean, what's included in it isn't necessarily the article just yet. The article is that Amazon Prime Day is definitely coming. Don't expect next-gen consoles, though. Mm-hmm. That's not likely to be a thing. I'd be surprised if we even get restocks of the PS5 DualSense controller stands or anything like that. You're probably not going to get that sort of stuff. But if you want to opt into the current gen, then that's probably the best you're going to get. You're going to get some big discounts on PS. I mean, what would they have there? Slim consoles, probably the pros and standard consoles.
They'll be trying to get rid of that stuff now, won't they? Obviously, they're not going to be winding down this console generation for at least another 2 years, I imagine. But at some point, they want to try and clear out some space for the newer stuff.
Just off to buy a USB hub or two. Now that you mind it, don't do it unless you need to. Wait 2 weeks, and then you'll probably get some USB hubs discounted. There you go. Although I can recommend the Anchor USB hubs. I've got one or two at home.
I've got one of them.
Nice.
They're good,
nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you need anything like that, any wires, any extenders or anything like that, Amazon Prime Day is taking place 13th to 14th of October. There is already bits popping up on the homepage of Amazon. You'll see it already. I saw it this morning for the first time and shared it with Mark before I even knew we had it in the Scoop agenda. So yeah, keep your eyes out for it there. Obviously, next gen, not so much, but any tech and stuff around it. If you want to add things to your streaming setup, actually, if you're thinking about getting a camera for your streaming setup, I don't know if it's in the Amazon Prime Day sale, but the Logitech C902 camera, or C920, is it? Can't remember.
C920, I think.
Yeah, I always get mixed up.
Basically the one that we use for the side cam over there.
Yeah. The C902 was a Sony phone. That's why I always get mixed up. I used to have a C902 phone, Sony Cybershot C902, but C920, which is this bad boy. Hey.
It doesn't quite do it justice because it's that far away.
Yeah, that is far away, and it's in a very harshly lit studio, so the camera like that is hard to work. But if you want to get yourself a camera, I pressed the wrong one. There we go. If you want to get yourself a camera, that will most likely be on sale. It's usually £25 down from like 60. So things like that are good. So make sure you do that. Final bit of news. We'll jump into it. I was thinking about whether we leave it, but I'm just going to press the same button again. Nice.
Yeah.
How about we go there? We're still over the side. Nice. Okay, final article of the day. We're going to rush through this one from Michael Beckwith at Metro. Says Left 4 Dead 2 updated with new free fan-made DLC. After 8 years, Left 4 Dead 2 has new DLC made by fans, and it's completely free, but only for the PC version. You'd be forgiven for thinking that Left 4 Dead 2 had been, well, Left 4 Dead, considering the game hasn't had any major updates since 2012. But to everyone's surprise, it was confirmed recently that new DLC was in development, made by fans and fully endorsed by Valve, and it's out today. Titled The Last Stand, it comes with a brand new campaign based on the Lighthouse map, a whopping 26 new survival maps, new melee weapons like shovels and pitchforks, 30 new achievements, and other minor additions like fixes and reworked animations. And best of all, it's completely free. What's more, if you don't own Left 4 Dead 2, you can play it for free on Steam throughout the weekend, and if you like what you find, you have until the end of the 28th of September to buy it for less than £2.
Is it the 28th today?
29th.
Oh, okay.
This article was written on Friday. Yeah. Okay. Well, that would have been an absolute bargain. The only downside is that the DLC is only available for PC versions of the game, and there's no word on it coming to the console versions so far. Some fans are still desperate for a Left 4 Dead 3 to be made, and all rumours claim that a Left 4 Dead VR game is in development. A spiritual successor from Turtle Rock. We'll leave that there. The gist of it is, if you're a Left 4 Dead fan, then there is new content coming to the game on PC. Do you know what? So many games could live forever if they embraced community modding and things like that. I mean, some games do live forever because of that. I mean, the whole Battle Royale genre came from that. I love seeing community-made content not only adding to a game. I mean, we know that more than most people because of the PES community.
Yeah.
Community modding not only adds to a game and increases immersion to it within it, but community modding can make a game go so much further.
Absolutely. I mean, I don't know if anyone in the chat has played this. This blew my mind on Friday when they said that not only was it a fan-made game, but it's been endorsed by Valve, which essentially means that they're the ones that are publishing it, which included all the new achievements and things like that go along with it. And especially giving it away for free as well. So if you was to download the game, then you're able to just tack this on top of it through the community workshop. This is massive. Left 4 Dead, the franchise, is one of my favourite. I want to say horror games. It's not really that scary. It's just like a hard mode going through levels after levels. It's fantastic, amazing shoot 'em up kind of game. But it is fantastic, and the fact that they are now still bringing out content. It wouldn't surprise me if this goes down that well that they start to do more with it, or it will. I think I said this to you actually yesterday. Does this mean that they're going to be... If they're endorsing something for Left 4 Dead 2, have they got Left 4 Dead 3 up their sleeve that they want to bring it out? Because they know, why would they endorse this now after 8 years of not bringing anything out?
Well, it could go either way. Either they aren't looking to bring anything out, so what have we got to lose? Or they are looking to bring it out and they want to start doing the foundations, get the groundwork in before they start to do the bigger release going forward. I mean, it could be either way. Hopefully it'd be the latter rather than just going, oh fuck it, we've got no else, so let it go. Hopefully it would be the latter and they're actually building towards something. Not so much for me, because it's not a game, I mean, it's not PUBG, so I'm not going to play it. But hopefully for the people that have been clamouring for it for 8 years, then it will give them what they want from it.
Yeah, I agree.
USB hub, that those multi-port thing is if you're short on ports. Yeah.
They're cheap enough.
Yeah, I think the Anchor one was like £7 or something
worth
like that. But yeah, multiple USB slots. So in my PC, I've got 2 webcams, a mouse, a keyboard, a mouse mat, a headset stand, which are all like RGB-ish stuff. I have a port for, in my home setup, I've got my headset, but when I'm not on stream, I can flick to my my subwoofer and speaker system, so I've got like in-room. So anyway, long story short, all my ports went straight away. So then when I start adding extra stuff, like being wanting to plug into an Xbox controller so we can do Masters of the League and things like that, need extra ports. So USB hubs are actually really useful. Do you know, this is when we need some affiliate links set up so we can just go, buy your USB hubs from here.
I agree.
LOL, the C920 makes it look like you're trying to blur out Bibby's face for some reason. Yeah, a little bit. That's because, like I said, the distance. I mean, that's probably 5 meters away that Bibby is from the camera. I mean, even that for a webcam to still have a reasonable level of quality of 5 meters away when we have backlighting, forelighting, and stage lighting. As you can see, obviously the shadows behind me just here. That's how much light we've got. C920. Not even trying to. We're not on any sort of like commission from Logitech or anything, but. It's
a lot of streamers use that, don't they, as their day-to-day streaming camera, if they've not already moved to cameras like you.
I mean, I used one of those until about a month or two ago, month and a half ago, but I still have one of those in myself.
Yeah.
So yeah. But regarding mods, modded PES 6 still being modded, and it's amazing. It is. That's the thing. Modding makes some games. Some games are made by themselves, but modding makes some games. And that's, speaking of PUBG, that's probably my biggest issue, is they came out very early on and said that they will embrace modding, they will add to modding, they will allow the modding community to thrive, and they've done nothing on that, because they realise that when you start adding modding in, if your game is built on consumables and skins and purchases and battle passes and things like that, if people aren't paying for a battle pass because they're too busy playing a free mod, then you're kind of hurting your revenues in that sort of way. Obviously, the long game is if people really enjoy the mod, then people are going to buy the game, and then that's where the cycle goes. But they're in a different cycle, so modding is just kind of
might do later down the line when it's reached critical mass now.
Yeah.
Hence why it was on PlayStation Plus. So now it's reached critical mass. It may be in a year's time they actually think, if you think you can do better, put your money where your mouth is, and here's the source code. Do what you want.
Yeah, I'm not sure though. I'd welcome it, but I'm not sure, just because of how much I think they're making so much money from the people that are in that scenario. I think they're just kind of like, oh, we don't want to rock the boat. The ever decreasing circles, they will still be earning millions and millions and millions and millions and millions. Not as much, but still millions. It's like, okay, well, we're still earning millions. But if they open up modern, they could lose it all, or they could just something massive again. But anyway, Skyrim and Fallout modded says ads. I mean, see, this is what happens when you get modding in. Anyway. We're going to have to mod this stream and just modify an ending into it because we have been live for an hour and 17 minutes, so we're a little bit off. But thank you everyone that has joined us in the chat today. It's very much a privilege having you all in with us. I keep looking over there, but you're there, not there, there. But yeah, everyone that's joined us in the stream, thank you very much. We are going to disappear. There is no follow-up stream on a Tuesday whilst we are back in the studio in the office. So that's it from us today. But you can jump on and see anyone else that's streaming. Go give them some love. Anyway, we will be back tomorrow though, 10 a.m. ish. With the scoop as we usually do. Also, Masters of the League will return tomorrow, but that will be our final episode for the week of Masters of the League. We then have one extra bit of content tomorrow night for you though. We haven't said anything on it this week, but the Muscle Moose Cup Grand Final will be taking place. Exclamation mark socials. It's not working. That's because we turned off the chat bot. This is the thing. When we're in the studio, we turn the chat bot on and it's fine. But when we're at home, if we have the studio chat bot on, we can't turn it off because we're not in the same building as it. So yeah, just imagine the socials are there. It's fine. So the Muscle Moose Cup Grand Finals will be taking place tomorrow night from 7 p.m. is the kickoff of that. We'll probably be live a little bit before that just to make sure everything's up and running smooth. But that's going to be live on the Twitch front page. See if I can open. Oh, I was going to say, don't suppose you know the names of who's taking part in that?
He's testing it now. So we've got Joninho, Precision, Pirate, Fish, UB, Indominator. Oh my god.
There's 2 left. Oh.
Shit. UB, Precision, Fish, Fern, and
Vern's not in it.
no Fern, as in Lewis. Lewis Fern, and
the only other one you're missing is Deep Zalig.
That's not bad. 7 out of 8.
Yeah, that's good. Anyway, so that's 8 high quality PES players. I mean, we wanted to have as uploads on all social medias. Yeah. Deep Zalig, our Pirates got it here. So we wanted to have an open tournament so that we could give everyone an opportunity to play and not just be invites and not just be pros. Turns out it's those guys anyway, which is kind of what we'd expect, but it gave everyone else a little bit more chance to play as well. 5 of the dugout in it, exactly. A big showing from the dugout. The dugout, shout out to the dugout to be fair, because the dugout has supported this. We have a lot of people clamouring for more PES tournaments, more community tournaments and things like that, and the dugout absolutely got behind it. So
some people even joined twice. Do you know what I mean? Because they got eliminated and then rejoined again, which again is a massive showing. Someone mentioned this in one of the groups, saying, "Are you going to be doing more of these?" And absolutely, we want to do more of them, but we need to make sure there's a demand for it, because there's no point us wasting hours and hours and hours creating tournaments, creating social assets, creating social posts for no one to join and playing them. So we'll keep on doing them as long as people still want to play in them. Because if they don't, then we won't. Simple as that, really.
Exactly. I mean, a lot of time and effort. Just spending the evenings running the tournaments, designing the assets, putting the social posts out, planning this, and then getting front page time. Part of the reason we want front page time is because it's nice to be able to show off tournaments and stuff, and but also it's just for our community. So everyone that's on that will get some more exposure. So if you guys are streaming it as you're playing it, that's more exposure for your channels, and we can share the growth and stuff. But yeah, massive love to the dugout for getting behind us and getting involved in that as well. So that, will be taking place at 7 p.m. tomorrow night. We'll be live just before, but yeah, a full 8-man knockout tournament live on the Twitch front page. As well as that, it won't work, I was going to say, exclamation mark loot drop. But if you are a subscriber to the channel, we will have a giveaway on Monday. Do you know what? Part of me's thinking, do we mention it? Or part of me thinking, do we just say it on the day as to what they could actually win?
Well, the reason I wanted to say it earlier is because if people really want this, then it'll more entice them to want to join and sign up to our Discord. That's the reason.
Okay. Do you know what? We'll mention it tomorrow. We'll mention it tomorrow. Okay, so if you are a subscriber on Monday, if you're a subscriber now and you're still a subscriber on Monday, it's fine. If you're a subscriber now and it finishes before Monday, I'm like, hey. But if you are a subscriber on Monday, you will be entered into the loot drop, our monthly giveaway, where we give a little bit something back to subscribers of the channel. And the final thing is we are holding a giveaway as well. So everyone that's competing in the Muscle Moose Cup will be competing for a Muscle Moose selection box and an Ice Cream Uploads hat, obviously. But the selection box, even if you're not in the tournament, there is a chance for you to win. Just head to our Twitter, look at our pinned tweet, and you'll see the giveaway that is there. That is it. Chucky says I will definitely be involved in the next one. This one just fell at the wrong time for me to join. No worries, dude.
That's fine.
No worries.
That's
No
fine,
worries.
mate.
I mean, that's the thing. Having those tournaments, not everyone wants to play in competitive tournaments, even if it's a bit of fun kind of stuff. Some people want to, some people don't. So if it's not for you, it's not for you. If it is for you, wonderful. If it's just the wrong time, that's fine. But yeah, last thing we want is people asking for content and then getting it and then not using it. If it's not your kind of thing, we don't want to pressure people to take part.
Absolutely.
But we also want people to know that there is an opportunity there. Anyway, Robo says, what a tease! I want to know now. I can't wait 24 hours. Well, you will find out tomorrow.
Tough titties.
Anyway, before we do disappear, babe,
Yes.
anything you want to add?
Absolutely. As it is going to be our last scoop of the week tomorrow as well. If you do have any video game news that you want to hear our thoughts and impressions on, there's 2 ways that you can do that. Thank you very much for those who are trying to put the socials into the chat, but I've not done my job properly by setting the bot off. As I'd said, it's Ice Cream Uploads across all major social media platforms. Unique name, you'll find us straight away. Send us the URL and your thoughts and impressions. Second place, go into our Discord. Again, if you are a subscriber, link it up. You'll be entered into our loot drop, which happens every month, as we explained earlier. But just there's a little section there that says the scoop. All you need to do, drop in the URL, give your thoughts and impressions. We will then add our thoughts and impressions the very next day, which will be at what time tomorrow, Mr. Graham Day?
10 a.m.
Ish.
We've put our nameplates on, just in case you want to know what our social medias are, just in case you want to find the articles at us. Anyway, you can do it from there. But we are going to disappear. Thank you everyone for joining us in the stream. I'm not absolutely looking at Stream Deck so that I can get the end slate ready. That's all. It's fine. Whatever, I know. Anyway, we are going to disappear. Thank you everyone for joining us. As mentioned, we'll be back tomorrow with the scoop from 10 a.m. Masters of the League following that, and then the Muscle Moose Cup tomorrow night. So a busy day. But I'm not here on Thursday and Friday, anniversary and that. But you'll still have Bibby to keep you company with some things.
I'll be here.
Yeah. Do you know what? Have yourselves a fantastic day and
Stay frosty!